Good morning, children. Today we are revising the lesson Discovering Tut, the Saga Continues by A.R. Williams. Children, in this lesson, a deep insight is provided to us into man's keen desire to know and analyze the roots of our civilization. The passage transports us to Egypt, the land of pyramids and ancient civilization. The discovery of Tut's tomb in 1922 inspired many archaeological researchers to speculate about what happened to him as he died an early and untimely death. He was the last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for years. He died when he was just a teenager. His body was laid to rest with gold and eventually forgotten. The lesson analyzes the advanced studies made on the causes or the cause of his death through CT scan, which offers new clues about his life and death by providing precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction. Tut or Tutankhamun, an Egyptian pharaoh or king, you can say, lived from 1343 BC to 1325 BC. His tomb was discovered in the Valley of the Kings, neighboring River Nile, by British archaeologist Howard Carter in the year 1922. Discovery of Tutankhamun tomb containing his mummified body, numerous artifacts in gold, articles of daily use like precious oils, perfumes, clothes, created a sensational furore in the whole world. The credit for the discovery of Tut's tomb and its glittering treasure justifiably goes to Howard Carter, who had been digging in the Valley of the Kings for the last 15 years till 1922. King Tut, or many people say call him King Tut, had ruled more than 3,300 years ago of the discovery of Howard Carter. Till then, 33 royal tombs had been found in the bedrock of the valley, but all had been pillaged long before by professional thieves. Three discoveries Three discoveries made in early 20th century reinforced the belief that Tut's tomb was hidden somewhere in the valley. The first was a Fison's cup, glazed colored earthenware found hidden under a rock bearing Tutankhamun's name. The next was a small mud filled pit tomb containing pieces of gold foil with pictures of inscriptions of Tut and his wife. And third was a catch of pottery jars sealed with Tut's seal that contained linen wrappings, mourning wreaths, and other articles connected with ancient Egyptians' funerary rites. Finally, when tomb was discovered, it took years to sort out and catalogue over 3,500 objects, which are now displayed at Cairo Museum. Egyptians' belief in life after death ensured that dead were buried with numerous articles of necessity and luxury. During Tutankhamun's grandfather Amenhotep III, Egypt was a prosperous state. After Amenhotep III's death, his son Amenhotep IV ascended to the throne around 1350 BC and proceeded to institute a religious reform of sweeping nature. He selected one god, the sun god, as the ruling deity, and according to his religious belief, changed his name to Akhenaten. He also ordered the shutting down of old temples and destroyed the images and idols of god Amun. After 17 years of Akhenaten's rule, Tutankhamun ascended the throne at the age of 9 in about 1334 BC and ruled till 1325 BC. Tut was named Tutankhaten at birth as a sign of his family's devotion to the Aten, the sun disk. His rule lasted for about 9 years and was a period of economic prosperity but religious confusion as a young Tut reverted to the practice of old religion and changed his name to Tutankhamun to show his respect to the old god Amun. Tutankhamun died when he was 18 or 19, and the cause of his untimely death was still a mystery. Thus, a CT scan after so many years was done by Jahi Hawass in 2005. Tutankhamun's tomb is intricate and grand children in appearance. The most impressive object in the tomb was the solid gold coffin which contained the mummified body of King Tut and weighed 110.4 kg. The mummy had a death mask made of solid gold with the king's features weighing 10 kg. The belief was that king would be born with the same features. To protect the mummified bodies of their kings and to prevent robbers or political enemies from desecrating the burials, a curse was invoked. The curse was invoked against the violators, of which the guard also talks about in the lesson Curse of the Pharaoh, when sand goes into the cooler fan of the CT scan machine, the portable CT scan machine that was so costly and donated by National Geographic Society and Siemens. So, children, this lesson talks about, this extract talks about change in the archaeology and the differences between discovery of Howard Carter and Jai Hawass. We learn in this lesson that Howard Carter, though tried for 15 years with the help of the king ruling then, the earl ruling then, but still, the discovery of Howard Carter cannot be called a successful one as he spoiled the mummy also by chiseling away to cut the mummy free. And though he defends his action by saying that thieves would have outwitted the guards and removed the golden adornments, but still, the discovery of Jai Hawass was more successful. The Egyptian mummy project was more successful, that began in 2003 with the help of the CT scan machine. And Jai Hawass gave a sigh of relief when he discovered the mummy, because lot of prejudiced opinion were there regarding the discovery of King Tut. So, this lesson is a beautiful lesson that talks about the ancient past, that takes us, that transports us into the history.